This morning here on Jersey Magazine at 105.5 WDHA and 1250 AM WMTR is Kim Byam. She is the executive director for Reach Out and Read New Jersey. Kim, good morning and welcome.
Thank you, Jim. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
You have a long history with nonprofit organizations. What attracted you to nonprofit?
I have worked in nonprofit ever since I graduated from college, and I think it's just the basic of wanting to spend my hours making the world a better place and knowing that, hey, you have to work, you might as well do something that is dear to your heart. So, nonprofit was the right route for me. And I've been with Reach Out and Read here in New Jersey for about 13 years.
You've been the executive director, I believe, since 2009, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. So maybe it's a little more than 13 years.
And what did you do in college? Where was your focus?
I was actually a journalism major at American University in Washington, D.C. And I had some great internships that kind of ended up steering me to nonprofit. I first did some political work and did some fundraising there, and then decided I didn't want to work for a campaign that could potentially lose. I wanted to have a real job that wouldn't go away. And so nonprofit was a great place for me to land.
I was an economics major and somehow ended up in radio. The whole thing was actually an accident.
It all happens that way, right? There's a reason.
And what led you to reach out and read New Jersey?
Well, I was born and raised here in New Jersey. I grew up in Madison, and I have always been a book lover, an avid reader. I'm the mother of three. I've read to my children since they were born. I know the importance of reading to kids, and it just seemed like a perfect fit for me, something I could really get behind and care about. And it's been just a time of growth here in New Jersey. When I started, there was a handful of clinics providing Reach Out and Read to kids. And now we have about 100 clinics all throughout the state that are providing Reach Out and Read to about 80,000 children every year.
What exactly does Reach Out and Read do as an organization?
Great question. Reach Out and Read is a national organization, so we're in every state in the country. We are a program that's very unique. It takes place in the pediatric exam room with doctors. So at every regular checkup, starting at birth through age 5, doctors and nurses at just, your regular visit are talking to parents and caregivers about the importance of reading aloud to their babies and toddlers and sharing books with them starting at a really early age and starting those daily routines to help with brain development, language acquisition, but also that really special moments around a book create that family bonding that babies and toddlers and everyone really needs. And we all know how stressed parents are these days. So we know taking those 10 or 15 minutes every night or every day reading to your child makes a huge difference with relationships in that family. So our doctors are just talking about this during their regular visits. And because they're just such a trusted messenger, parents are listening. And our evidence shows that parents do read and share books with their babies and toddlers and preschoolers more when Reach Out and Read is in their lives.
Hearing you talk about parents reading to their kids, one of my favorite memories of my oldest child was reading to her when she was younger. And we had a series of Dr. Seuss books and all of these crazy characters. And I would come up with these voices that each character would have. But the problem was that I would forget which voice belonged to which character. So if we would go back, Kim, and read a story that my daughter was familiar with, she'd stop me and say, "No, Daddy, that's not how so and so sounds." And then we'd have to come up with the right voice. But it is one of my favorite memories of her as a child, that bonding that you do when you read to your children.
That is just a perfect story. And it's such a great illustration of what that means. Like all these years later, you can bring up that memory of that like cozy, warm, special time. And we want every child all across the country to have that every day because we know how important that is. And it's sad to think that so many children are not getting that, and we know that some kids without reach out and read don't even have children's books in their home. So our program is so instrumental to leveling that playing field, to making sure that all children have books in their homes and are have books as part of their daily routines with their parents.
I know that your organization recently recognized a New Jersey senator as well. Tell us about that.
Yes, we were so thrilled to be able to honor Senator Teresa Ruiz here in New Jersey with the first inaugural class of our National Reach Out and Read Honor Roll. 14 individual people and organizations across the country um, are on this first honor roll this year. And Senator Ruiz has just been an amazing advocate, not only for Reach Out and Read, but also for maternal and child health and all for equity for all children with all educational opportunities. So we were thrilled to be able to nominate her and so glad that she was part of this inaugural class.
For WDHA and WMTR listeners who want to learn more about the organization, maybe find ways that they can help, Kim, where do they go?
They can go to our website, which is reachoutandread.org, one word. And there's a New Jersey page there. We are always looking for advocates and help. And we always want to remind families to read with their children, that it makes a huge difference.
Kim Byam, the executive director for Reach Out and Read New Jersey. Thank you for your time this morning here on Jersey Magazine.
Thank you so much for having me, Jim. I really appreciate it.